I'd like to call the Newberry County Council work session to order.
Files open.
First item on the agenda is to review bids and proposals. Ms. Crystal, I don't think I have a problem with that. Just give me 1 second, Crystal. I did want to let everyone know Mr. Fulmer is unable to attend tonight. He is at in Nashville, Tennessee with his son with the National Beta Club Convention. He's competing, so that is the reason Mr. Cease is not here. He wanted to let everyone know.
Fulmer.
Mr. Fulmer.
I'm here.
Cease is right here. Mr. Leon Fulmer is not here. He's in Nashville, Tennessee with his son at the Beta Club Convention, so just wanted that to go on the record.
All right.
Now, carry on, Ms. Walter.
Well, I got several things here. The first one is consideration approval for consulting services at the Newberry County Airport. We solicited and received 4 responses. This was done as a request for qualifications. The RFQ was evaluated on different criteria such as the past performance, qualification and experience of personnel, and the projected workload. The scoring committee consisted of Josh Rowe, the Public Works Director who's here tonight, Mac Bartley, the Facilities Manager, and myself. Each one of the staff members evaluated and scored the responses individually. And based on the average of the evaluations, Ardura is the highest ranked firm and is the recommendation of the committee. These funds are budgeted annually, and staff will work with the chosen firm to keep the contract within the budget constraints. And this is just some other information. The FAA requires that we contract with a firm to retain these services. And I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions on item A, Newberry County Airport?
And just so it's clear, that's just for consulting service. You don't bid that. It's qualifications based.
Correct.
Bid price.
That's right.
Any other questions, discussion? All right. Item B.
Okay. This one is the consideration approval for a bid for Gallman Place roof. This is the replacement for the roof at Gallman, which is the old Gallman School, and this is funded by this is one of the CPST projects under the 2022 Capital Project Sales Tax. I believe the funds for this roof in particular was provided through the state, and it's well within budget. But we solicited bids for the roof replacement, and DP3 Architects, along with the county's construction manager, Clayton Construction, assisted with the solicitation. We received 12 responses. The lowest bidder was not deemed responsive due to an omission of required materials in their bid response. The next lowest bidder, Summers Roofing, is the recommendation of the staff in the amount of $361,500. And like I said, the architect in charge, DP3, has reviewed the bids and provided the county with a recommendation letter for the most responsive bidder as well. I'm glad to answer any questions.
And the reason that we didn't go with low bidders, they were non-responsive, correct?
That's correct. They did not sign their bid bond, and they were not willing to provide proof of their capability to be bonded for a performance and payment bond until they met on site, which deemed them as non-responsive.
Very good.
And this is a complete new roof?
It is.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Item C.
This is for the consideration for the bids for the public safety complex. Also, this is a 2022 CPST project. And we solicited bids on May the 20th and received 9 responses. The bids have been evaluated by DP3, architect in charge, and they provide a recommendation letter as well, that we accept the low bid from Dunbar Construction in the amount of $6,933,739, and that also includes 3 of the alternates, and the base bid was $6,914,423.
I'm sorry.
Go
How
ahead.
many alternates were they? And if we're leaving one out, what are we leaving out?
The alternates, sorry, let me see. There were 4 alternates. The first one from the low bidder was no cost. The second one was an addition of $5,170, and I don't have those in front of me, what they actually were. Okay, well, thank you. You're welcome to speak on this behalf. That was the above-ground fuel tanks. The third alternate was a subtraction of $6,380.
For a change in emergency lighting design.
Change in emergency lighting on the design, and Jared is is with the architect.
Thank you, thank you.
Looking at Tommy Long now.
And the
Yes.
fourth one is an addition of $20,526, and that was for
Capturing some of the sanitary sewer scope.
I didn't-
capturing some of the sanitary sewer scope.
So we were able to get all the other stuff we were hoping to get in.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Awesome.
Bringing that total again to $6,933,739.
Which is under what was budgeted.
It is.
Yay. And I'm not trying to be fair, but if we're gonna leave something out, we need to know what we're leaving out, so if it comes an issue later, and people are saying,
Understand.
why didn't we do that while we were already building? We just need to know.
Yeah. Very good. Any other questions?
I don't have any.
All good? All right, item D.
This is for the Newberry County Airport Taxiway A rehabilitation. We received 2 responses for this solicitation, and staff recommends the low bidder from Satterfield Construction. We also have a letter from the engineer who assisted with this, and this is for the rehabilitation of the runway as well as the parking lot paving. Funds are budgeted in the 2026-2027 fiscal year to cover the county's match for both, which the base bid was the taxiway, the alternate was for the parking lot paving. We do have the amount budgeted for $45,402 to cover the county's match for both of these. The engineering firm did review the bids and made a recommendation for Satterfield in the amount of $1,454,277.75, which includes the base bid and the parking lot. The parking lot amount was $186,852.75.
All right.
Any questions?
On the runway, can you explain a little bit about the procedure?
As far as the bidding process?
No, the actual work.
Oh, maybe I'll leave that to Josh.
So, what exactly?
Josh, come up here if you don't mind, bud.
Are they gonna be milling it up and just new asphalt?
So I mean, it'll be a complete replacement, so you're talking about milling it up
Yes.
down to the base, going back, with a state mix, which by state mix, that's the same thing, it's basically on any of the roads.
Okay.
This is for the taxiway, so it does not meet any kind of requirements to have any kind of extra, special mix or anything like that. We can use what we use on, regular roadway paving. So,
Not the runway, taxiway.
yeah, taxiway. That is what it is. So it'd be a type C, surface, is what it'd be used.
Out in front, are you going to keep that same parking lot, or are you gonna make it bigger?
It's gonna get a little bigger. I think there's approximately 4 or 5 extra parking spaces that'll be added in. The biggest change is gonna be going from, right now you have a circular drive. It's gonna switch over to just a singular drive in and out, egress in. And the big reason for that is to avoid, right now we have a huge problem with people turning around out there and using the property basically for things that, it shouldn't be used for. So, putting the one way in, one way out will, kind of limit that. It does involve some aesthetic stuff out there also to try to, make the appeal a little more, as far as the airport goes. So, all in all, it should be a pretty good, situation.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I would add to this, during the budget process, we budgeted $57,000 in next fiscal year's budget. When I made the presentation to you guys, we had talked about doing the parking lot as an alternate bid. We were not anticipating FAA to even contribute towards the parking lot at that time. Come to find out, our bids came in under, the FAA decided to also contribute. So while we budgeted for 57 and thought we might add to that depending on what the parking lot bid came back in, we can actually do both our share for $45,000
Okay.
when we budgeted 57, so.
Any other questions?
I don't have any more.
Discussion? All right, thank you. Item E.
Okay, this is another roadway improvement for Scurry Church Road and Henry Longshore Road. We solicited these bids and received 2 responses from Satterfield Construction and Steed Paving. Satterfield Construction is the lowest responsive bidder in the amount of $274,300. That includes both roads. They did bid on a breakdown for each of them. The base bid from Satterfield on the Henry Longshore Road is $54,500, and Scurry Church Road was $219,800 for a total amount of $274,300.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Josh, give us some, what the improvements are going to
I do
be.
have that handy.
One of them's full depth replacement, I think, and one of them's full depth patching.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
so
correct.
Scurry Church Road will be full depth patching only. That's a road that we've spoke about in some previous meetings a while back, that it's a connector from Highway 34 over to Highway 39, so it connects 2 primary routes. Also, a lot of houses off of some of the other roads that intersect along the way. Roads in, pretty bad condition, a lot of potholes and stuff like that. But full depth patching will address the needs on that road.
This ain't dumping asphalt and running over it with a packer.
No,
This is full depth patching.
this will be going out there, cutting it in a perfect square, to whatever the dimensions are. In some cases, we did go full width of the entire road.
Right.
Where needed, so, it'll be a good situation, long-term, repair. And then with Henry Longshore, that road, essentially is just got some real bad problems with drainage, and the same thing with potholes and things like that. So we elected to go ahead and just do a full, pave of that road. It's a very short road.
1,400 and something feet.
Yes,
Right.
that's
$1,450.
the reason for the low price, because with paving being pretty expensive right now, but,
Yeah.
but that explains the low price on that, so.
The Scurry Church Road, I get more calls about that, and it's not even in my
I'm sure.
area.
Me and you both.
Although my dad has some lake property off of Scurry
Scurry Island Road.
Right, not Island, no, the road that comes right off beside the church.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're.
Holloway Cove.
Holloway Cove, yeah.
Anyway, so is that gonna fix that road back up? Is it gonna widen it back out? Because the sides have give in on it and everything,
Yeah.
so
So-
it's growing over.
We incorporated that into some of the patches that we marked and stuff. And I don't know, when's the last time you've been out there?
It's probably been 6, 8 months or better.
Okay, I think probably within that, since that time, we have went out there and done some in-house work
I
that
got
kind of
you.
widened, basically, we took some of the shoulders back because you had some vegetation growth that was coming
Yeah.
in on it. So I think, it's probably a little different than what you've seen last, I would imagine, but anyway, like I said, we did incorporate some of that into the figure, and, so it should, once all said and done, it should be a much better, riding road for sure.
Gotcha. And the other, this is not related to the bid, but I'll throw it out there. Could we mark that as no trucks on that road or something so that we stop some of that through traffic?
It actually already is.
They
Yeah.
just
They just, they,
They're right about that.
they decide not to pay attention to the signage.
Look at that sign right there.
But it's actually marked on both ends.
Okay.
Now, I will say this, we did notice that on the 34 end, the sign was missing. We did replace it, so it's since been replaced, but the sign on the 39 end has always been there. It's just unfortunate that, some people, now, some of the truck traffic, I will say this, some of the truck traffic on that road was due to some of the development that was going on some of the roads off of it. So, some of that was warranted, but,
I got you.
but as far as actual through trucks go, there should not be any using it, but, again, we're kind of at the liberty of the sign, so.
Gotcha.
No, I think
It had gotten in such bad shape, it really wasn't an easier way to cut through, because it about
No.
beat you to death getting through there.
That's right, that's right.
We got one or two more roads that development has caused problems with roads,
That's true,
mass development, and it'll cause it, so.
yeah.
Any other questions for Mr. Rowe or Ms. Waldrop on that one? All right. Item F.
Okay, this is a consideration for a proposal that we solicited for the county facilities HVAC maintenance services. We received 4 responses on this solicitation on June 3rd, and the evaluation committee was Scott Sawyer, Matt Bartley, and myself. Fulmer Heating and Cooling is the highest ranked firm and recommendation of the committee. This solicitation will enter into a contract for an initial 3 years with an option to renew for 2 subsequent year terms. Staff does recommend Fulmer after the evaluation process.
Any questions?
And I can go over the list of the buildings if y'all would like.
We don't have that much time. No questions on that? All right. Thank you, Ms. Crystal. All right.
That's it.
That's all we have on the work session agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn the work session? Motion by Councilman, we don't vote, Smith. Second? Second by Councilman Vice Chair Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? We are adjourned. It is 6 o'clock, and I'd like to call the regular Newberry County Council meeting to order. The invocation and pledge by Councilman Johnny Mack Scurry.
May we all bow our heads, please. Now, Jesus, we're coming to you on my hands and on my heart, asking you to please be in our midst now, Master. Give us the right mind, the right spirit to go in God's way. Give us the spirit to do the righteous way and the just way for everybody, every part in Newberry County and surrounding peoples. Give us the right spirit to join in and join hands and walk hand in hand and foot to foot. In the sweet name of Jesus Christ, may we all say together, amen.
Amen.
See if I can get it right this time. All right, great to see a large crowd out here today for watch us conduct county business. The first thing I have, I'd like to read something that Mr. Councilman Fulmer sent me to go on the record. He apologizes for not being here tonight. He is in Nashville, Tennessee with his son on a National Beta Club convention where he's competing. So I think he's got a good reason for missing. But he wanted to let everybody know that he had apologized for not being here. All right, third item on the agenda, adoption of minutes. Part A, Newberry County Council minutes, June 3rd, 2023. I have a motion to accept.
26.
26, excuse me. Got a motion by Councilman Scurry. Do I have a second? Second by Vice Chair Caesar. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 4, approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Motion by Councilman Reeder. Second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 5, we have a special appearance, presentation of American flag and commemorative flag from the Woodman Life. If you would please come forth and say who you are.
Okay. Thank you so much, first of all, for giving us this time to speak to you and to make this presentation. I'm here on behalf of Woodman Life Chapter 1054 in Pomeria. My name is Libby Beatonball. I'm president of the chapter, and I'm a past president of South Carolina Woodman Life. I have with me my partner in crime is Kathy Metz, treasurer of Chapter 1054, and she's the current president of South Carolina Woodman Life. We have other Woodman Life members with us tonight, and we have a county council member who is a Woodman Life member. Woodman Life is a fraternal insurance organization. Fraternalism and patriotism are at the very core of Woodman Life. We strive to promote family, community, and country. Since 1947, our chapters have presented over 4 million United States flags to civic organizations, first responders, and schools across the nation. These presentations make Woodman Life one of the leading providers of U.S. flags, just only under the United States government. Our organization values our American freedoms, just like you. We are dedicated to promoting patriotism and respect for our country. Tonight's presentation is a little unique. It's part of Woodman Life's 250 Flags for 250 Years initiative. Now, I know you've heard of the semi-quincentennial celebration. In honor of America's historic birthday, Woodman Life launched our 250 Flags for 250 years to carry on this legacy. We are here tonight to present Newberry County and this council a 250 Betsy Ross commemorative flag. That's a tongue twister. It's been on a our flags, the Betsy Ross flags, have been on a 6,600-mile journey to organizations across the country. The Betsy Ross design is one of the earliest, and I'm sure you are familiar, and you know the name Betsy Ross, and most recognizable of one of the symbols of our nation. It has 13 stars and 13 stripes to remind us that America is founded on the ideals of independence and community. Woodman Life started this initiative on May 11th, and it started at the birthplace of the Annan Flag Makers Company in South Boston, Virginia. The flag that we are presenting to you tonight is one of those flags that was made there. It arrived in Newberry County on Thursday, June the 11th at 5 p.m. and was received by our jurisdictional president, Kathy Metz. These were all noted. If you joined Woodman Life and followed them on Facebook, you could see where the places they have been. We are very fortunate to receive one of these because our organization is across the United States. So for us to receive one of the 250, we are very privileged, and we are so pleased to be able to present it to Newberry County. The flag makers produced 10,000 flags. Woodman received 250. This flag has a certificate number. It is numbered. It is 6,261. Now, you need to remember that, right? These flags reflect service, patriotism, and community pride. And it's more than a gesture. They stand for shared values like service, respect, unity, and responsibility to each other. It's a powerful symbol of where we've been and what continues to bring us together. Now, tonight's presentation reflects the idea that patriotism is not about politics, but about honoring services, respecting history, and strengthening the communities that we live in. This flag will remain here at Newberry County in this building as a lasting symbol of partnership between our Woodman Life organization and this Newberry County community. We are connected with communities now across the country. Woodman Life is a very outward, caring organization that you see us, we're in the news all the time, and it's a privilege to be with you. Now, our president, our jurisdictional president, is going to present it to you now. I will.
Nick, if you would come forward, and I would like for Stuart, since he's a member of our chapter, to come forward too. Oh, right. You listen to something sometimes. At this time, it is my honor, on behalf of Woodman Life Chapter, number 1054, Pomeroy, South Carolina, to present this commemorative Betsy Ross flag to and commemorative certificate to Newberry County. This flag represents our appreciation of your partnership and our shared commitment to the community. It's in honor of the 250th anniversary of the United States of America.
Do we have some more women in the...
Yes, we do.
Could they please come forward and get the picture made as well? Anybody see them? We certainly appreciate it.
And here's the commemorative thing. I'm tall enough to hold it, okay?
Crystal, come hold this. Yes, please.
I'll try to do it.
Please don't.
And it's great to see some of these folks walk up. Many of them have children that have been recipients of our scholarships, which we are very proud. I hope you will
we had the privilege of going downtown Main Street in McKibben, where the flag overlooking the Memorial Square, we presented another American flag. And I heard somebody just say, I didn't even know it was a flagpole there. But if you look up there, that flag is flying there. We also have another American flag that we want to present to you. And it will be flown outside the facility here.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. What an honor and privilege, and we thank Woodman for their generous gifts, and we will display it here. We certainly do appreciate it, and we appreciate the involvement y'all have with the community and the partnership we have together.
And just let us know anytime you need a new one, we'll get it for you. Have it flying.
I'll let you know at church. Thank you. All right. Item 6 on the agenda is a proclamation of recognizing Juneteenth in Newberry County, and I will read. Whereas President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, declaring the slaves in Confederate territory free, paving the way for the passing of the 13th Amendment, which formally abolished slavery in the United States of America. And whereas word about the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation was delayed some 2½ years to June 19, 1865, in reaching authorities and African Americans in the South and Southwestern United States. And whereas Emancipation Day observations are held on different days in different states in the South and Southwest and in other parts of the nation. And whereas June 19th has a special meaning to African Americans and is called Juneteenth, combining the words June and 19th, and has been celebrated by the African American community for over 150 years. And whereas the annual Juneteenth celebration in the county of Newberry will take place on June 20th, 2026. Now, therefore, Newberry County Council hereby declares June 19th, 2026 as Juneteenth in the county of Newberry, South Carolina, and urges all citizens to become more aware of the significance of this celebration in African American history and in the heritage of our nation and country. Proclaimed and approved this 17th day of June 2026. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution? Motion by Councilman Smith, second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Do we have? Yeah, okay. Ms. Jackie Holmes?
And Carl.
And Mr. Carl?
I bet you did. How you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, lady, how you?
Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for what y'all do. Once again, great to have our city council persons here as well. Thank y'all for coming. All right, item 7, the administrator's report. Item A, employee recognitions.
Mr. Chairman,
I can't talk.
thank you. If we could get Mr. Keith Super to come up, please. Tonight, we're going to be celebrating 20 years of service to Newberry County. Keith came to Newberry County Public Works in June of 2006. During his 20 years with the department, he has held various roles from being a driver operator to being a part of the management team. Early on, he spent a good bit of time as a driver hauler, hauling various materials and operating most of the equipment for the county. He worked briefly with solid waste before moving into the role of sign manager. In that role, he handled all the sign production and maintenance for both county roads and various state and municipality roads regarding street name signs and other needs as they arose. Keith then moved into his first management supervisor role, serving as one of 2 crew leaders for the department. In this role, he supervised half of the employees and planned their daily activities accordingly. After that time as a crew leader, Newberry County created the position of operations manager, with Keith taking on that role. As operations manager, he has been responsible for much of the daily work planning for the department, as well as leading the department during various emergency or inclement weather events. Additionally, he has assisted other departments with support from Public Works as needed and has coordinated with other departments on various projects. At times, Keith has attended both CTC and county council meetings as well, serving as a representative of Public Works. Keith has worn many hats for the department and attended various training classes over the years, which has provided him the knowledge and prepared him to both serve and lead as needed. Keith also boasts a solid attendance record over his 20 years, so he has been steady and present. Keith has been an asset to the county during his tenure, and his 2 decades of service is appreciated.
My classmate making me feel old, been here 20 years.
All right, Chairman and Council, got a couple of updates. To start with, the Gallman Place roof replacement approval of bids is on the agenda for tonight for approval by council. We have a mandatory pre-bid meeting for the renovation of the building, which is scheduled for June 30th. Bids for the renovation portion of this project are due July 22nd and should be brought to council in August. The Public Safety Complex approval of bid and contractor is also on the agenda for tonight, so we'll let that stand right there. Bids have been out for the Newberry Amphitheater project and will be open tomorrow, Thursday, June 18th at 3:00 p.m. We anticipate bringing this to council for approval at the July 15th council meeting. The Newberry County Detention Center project is moving along well, but has faced some rain-related delays, but is still about 1.5 weeks ahead of schedule. The projected completion date is April 2027. The building slab pour is expected to take place next week. The metal building is on site and arrived a month early. Lastly, the power switch to the new generator was completed with less downtime than we expected. The Prosperity Parks, Langford Street, North Main, and Town Center are all on schedule with their improvements and are progressing nicely. Want to remind everyone that Friday, July 3rd, county offices will be closed for the observance of July 4th holiday. And the last thing that I have is the new American Revolution Monument dedication ceremony will be held on Friday, July 3rd at 12:00 p.m. at Memorial Park. That's my update.
Very good. Thank you for the update. Any questions on the updates? All right. Brings us to the chairman's comments. Again, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out, being interested in county business. Thank the Woodmen of the World for being here and for the presentation. Thank Ms. Holmes and Carlton, they gone? Okay, for coming and accepting that resolution. And Mr. Seward, thank you for 20 years of dedicated service to Newberry County. We couldn't run Newberry County without good employees like you, and we certainly appreciate it. And with that, we'll move on to public comments regarding items on the agenda. All right, first up, Willie Davis. All right, Willie Davis is speaking on item 10B, which is third reading. The rezoning on Highway 12134. And you got 3 minutes, Mr. Willie.
I don't think I need that.
Okay.
Good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for the opportunity to voice an opinion, and that's all I'm giving this evening, an opinion. And I met Mr. Burnside, Michael, my partner, about 17 years ago. And when he called me 2 years ago about purchasing some property 2 miles outside the city limit, the first thing I thought of was the people that had voiced their opinion about lack of affordable housing. That includes professors at Newberry College, one of math teacher, also members from the city council had discussed things like in the chamber of drawing more people into the county and the city that will produce revenues. And I thought this was an opportunity, so I went along with them on that. And so right now, I'm just relying on the council here to make a decision that everyone seems to be concerned about, especially if it's encroachment or that kind of thing. But my main thing is to provide affordable housing and revenues to the city and the county. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Jackie Hawkins on item 10B as well.
I just want to say I live on Michael Burnside. I live on his property, and I've been there for 20-something years, so I don't have a problem with it, seeing it grow up. I would love to see that,
All right,
so I'm all with it.
all right, thank you. Ms. Hawkins? Michael Burnside, item 10B as well.
Hello. My name is Michael Burnside. And as I grew up, I've always made a commitment to say that if I was ever put in a position to be able to help people, I would do so. When I was blessed with a situation to when I was able to do so, I did. When I purchased this land, I had no clue of what I was going to do. It was just to help somebody. Now as I go and come back and forth to Newberry, I work in the medical field. I was just at Newberry Hospital on last week visiting someone. A couple of nurses, they travel from Columbia to Newberry Hospital periodically. And they were telling me that, hey, this would be an excellent place to stay, but it's inadequate housing. It's either high or either there's so much to build, the cost of building today. So what I'm simply trying to do is help other people as well, to build adequate housing at an affordable price for them. It's not like I'm trying to turn 121 into a super highway. It's not that. It's just to build a couple of houses for individuals to give them the opportunity to have affordable homes right here in Newberry in a nice neighborhood that's kid-friendly. Matter of fact, it's a duplex out there right beside the property that's being built already. I stay right next to it. So, of course, I'm not going to put anything right beside where I have to build my personal home with my family. So it's not like I'm just this big corporation coming in here trying to do some things and I'm staying way off and don't care what happens. I'm right here, born and raised from Newberry County. It's commercial land. That's a quarter of a mile away, 120 acres for commercial. So I asked, are we shooting towards commercial properties, or we want to help the people that's already here and give them affordable homes? I know we have a job to do as the council. The job I figure that you have to do is not a personal vendetta, not an emotional vendetta. You're elected to make great decisions based upon the betterment of Newberry County. And I expect that to happen today, and I know it will because That's what all of us are here for the betterment of Newberry County. Thank you.
Here, Mr. Burnside. Curtis Godlock, item 10B as well.
Right here.
Right here.
I'm Curtis Gallup. I've been living out there on 34 for 31 years. And I know how Newberry is growing, like down Main Street 219, new house development. And I would love to have new neighbors out there. And I'm all for it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Godlock.
Okay.
Renee Bates, item 10B as well. And if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You
Okay.
said it right. My name is Renee Bates, and I have land on 121 also, and I think it'll be a great idea for it to be rezoned. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bates. Barbara Chapman, item 10B. Gone? Okay. If she comes back, let me know. Yeah, we'll move on, but Leslie Lander Orr on item 10C on the agenda. Second reading.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you guys. It's wonderful. Let me put my glasses on so I can see.
I
What I
understand.
want to cite is, yes, it is 10C. It's the ordinance 0601-2026 to provide for a limited and temporary moratorium on data centers in Newberry County and invoking application for the pending ordinance doctrine. I certainly do support a moratorium. I think that we're going to have to do that. The state's not going to do it. Our leadership down at the State House have chosen not to act on anything as far as that goes at this point in time. So we need to protect ourselves in our county. I'd like to see a moratorium state that, gee, we're just not going to do it. A moratorium, I guess, is to like put a hold on it. I'd like to see something come out of the council that would just say, let's just don't do it. Let's don't have any data centers in Newberry County. That's all. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Orr. Ms. Chapman was gone? Okay, thank you. Karen Johnson, item 10C.
Hi, my name is Karen Johnson, and my husband Ernie and I live on Calhoun Street here in Newberry. We've been here almost 6 years, and I think we see Newberry County with maybe somewhat different eyes than other people who have lived here all their life. We were both at the June 3rd meeting, and what I heard at the June 3rd meeting was a resounding sense, resounding words that a data center is not wanted in Newberry County for a lot of good reasons, because it's really an agricultural county. There are things that can be done here that support agriculture. So I have a question for everyone. Do we have the backbone, the fortitude to be leaders and say no, put a ban on having a data center? That would be true leadership. Other counties haven't done that. Newberry County can be special. Newberry County can stand apart. And don't go with a moratorium. Go with a ban. A ban. Let's be strong leaders and show others what can be done. Thank you.
You want to say anything? Oh, okay. Vicky Bilba. Sorry. Bilka, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not a really,
10C
popular,
as well.
it's not a very well-known name anyway. I'm here to speak. My name is Vicki Bilka. I live on Highway 76, 5826. It's just right around the corner from the exit 82. And I did want to come before you as council and ask that sort of just go alongside with the speaker that just came before me. As a community and as residents of a small town that we love here, and we just put all our faith, and this is our fault, kind of, because we trusted everybody and we all thought we were on the same page. But when people come knocking with big dollars and promising everything in the moon, you know, I understand that we just kind of got lethargic as residents, and we're going to be more attentive now and kind of watch, because we don't want a data center here, and we do ask that you all at least take a majority vote or something. I mean, don't just let the ones of us that stand up here and say something. The whole community, if you walk around and ask anybody in town that I've talked to in large gatherings and stuff, nobody wants a data center around here, because all of the things that we see, all of the research that we've done shows how a data center, the hyperscale, big guzzling data centers, destroy a town. We don't want to be destroyed. We want to thrive. Some of the wording that was in the moratorium was a little bit confusing. There was a couple of things that were said, such as it was limited and temporary. So does limited mean you're not possibly working on another project in another code name that we haven't come across? And temporary is another thing that we would like to just bypass, because we want a permanent moratorium. We don't want our water drained out. And plus, there's not enough research. There needs to be, and as far as a resident, we would like to see some studies that are done. I've looked at it. There's other ways to cool generators. If this thing is going to come, if this monster's coming, there's other ways to cool it besides sucking all of our water out of the ground. There's cryogenic cooling, there's air cooling, there's other possibilities of ways that you could still kind of have your cake and eat it too. We don't want that, and we just come before you and beg, actually, for you to please listen to us as residents. And thank you for hearing me so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Belton. Okay, I'm gonna try. James J. Zybrick.
You got it.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys for letting me speak tonight. I mean, all you guys know me. I come every week or every meeting, okay? There was a lot of things that went on the last 2 months. It's been interesting the last couple of months for everybody. I bet everybody wishes the chicken resolution was back, huh?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm not going to take a bunch of your time up. You guys are leaders, okay? You're all leaders of where you've been elected to this, okay? I didn't like the way the whole thing, I was at that meeting when the second reading came down, okay? And then they found out it was a data center, okay? And that leads to my biggest point here, okay? There has to be transparency on everything, okay? On everything that goes on here, okay? Because that looked like you were trying to sneak something through, okay? And obviously you look around, you poked the bear. Bear poked back. Okay, so I just go, from being 28 years as my local president, I learned that you can sell ice to an Eskimo if you present it to him properly. Okay, well that wasn't done in the least bit. Okay, so I firmly agree with this. We don't need a data center here, okay? But we do need something, I know the tax base, I know, so all I can say is whatever comes down the pike coming forward, because I'm going to be here, and you know I am, and I'm going to let all of you guys know, whether it's good or bad, but there has to be transparency. Everything has to be out in the open so that everybody in the county knows what's going on. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. William Dupree?
Yes, hi, I'm William Dupuy from Little Mountain. I'm prior military, Air Force, and I worked in a network ops center. And it started out as a small little server room that grew into a building within a year or two. And from there, it all started to network out. It was branched out to many different sources. You didn't have the amount of people that you would when you first start up. It grew, and the people didn't grow. What they did was they damn-wared in and was able to manage that huge data center via network from everywhere. And I can just see this being in that same situation as they promise it's going to bring in jobs, it's going to lower your taxes and all this. Temporarily, when you're building it and probably all that, it's going to tear up the roads, it's going to add a lot of electric, water usage to cool this thing is unbelievable. The generator sound, there's no way to quiet it. They're not going to enclose these backup generators to make it cost affordable for them to do what they're doing. It's something that they're trying to sell, but it's not going to work. The network connection, your jobs are not going to be there. There's not going to be any jobs. It's going to just continuously grow because of growth in the United States and across the world. We're talking, it isn't just going to be in this little area. It's going to just massively grow. I recommend scrapping that unless you get businesses that come in that's going to actually add jobs for the community and to enhance the community. That's the only way I'd go. That's just my opinion.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Deborah Dupree? I can't say it. Well,
Dupuy.
Dupuy.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to go along with the people before me. We do not need a data center here. It's not good for the people. It's not good for the agriculture. It's just bad news. And the way it came in and the people found out about it was kind of underhanded. And I don't think there should be any code names for any of these projects. Transparency is what we need. No data center. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Deborah.
Can I have their extra minutes? Yes, thank you.
Constance Lavelle, TNC. All right, we're gonna wait till you start talking. You got all my respect.
My husband didn't know. Before I go on the clock, I want to say this. I'm not a political activist. I've never made public speeches in my life, but once or twice. I'm not prepared. He didn't tell me he was going to sign me up, so I'm winging it. I want to address, I think y'all can hear me. I've got a loud voice. But when I'm sitting over here, I'm having a hard time hearing the citizens. So if you don't mind, I'll kind of talk sideways, okay?
Can you step just closer to the mic though, so people on the online can hear?
All right, so now the thing is this. I agree with everybody here. It's premature to be voting in anything preliminary to putting in a data center. Because as the citizens have done, we've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and we're not just watching young people railing and threatening crazy crap. We're watching professors of economics and economic development in Texas who investigated 254 counties and found out these data centers do not do the ordinary people or their citizens or communities any cotton picking good. It does not pass the cost benefit test. They do pollute. They are not meeting the Clean Air Act of the federal government. And the new head of the Environmental Protection Agency, I got a quote if I can find it, Lee Zeldin, he said, quote, helping AI data centers is a core part of its mission, the EPA. I thought it was supposed to protect our clean air and water. I guess not. unleashing energy dominance, making America the AI capital of the world. We already own 45% of all the data centers, more than all the next 9 countries combined. The EPA can't be, this is a quote from Lee Zeldin, the head of the EPA. The EPA cannot be restrictive of that. The burgeoning 12,000 data centers they want to build, they got about 4 running, 4 to 5, nobody knows for sure. The EPA cannot be restrictive of that. We cannot be suffocating it. Well, Elon Musk is suffocating a black, predominantly African-American community outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Look it up. The town that Elon Musk is poisoning, okay? They're breaking the Clean Air Act up one side and down the other. And if you don't believe it, so is Texas, one of the biggest, I think, Stargate, whatever they call it. The Southern Environmental Law Center hired a professional photographer to fly really expensive infrared drones at night. These things are putting out a massive amount of heat and pollution. And because you can't get the big power lines and take, what do you call it when the government comes in and takes your land? Eminent domain. Well, in some cases, private power companies are doing that now. That's interesting. How is that possible? Senator Hawkins asked a power company that, why are you taking our best farmland in his state? I think it's Missouri. I heard him. Okay, so we're doing the research. Are you? About what's bad about these things, what could be bad about these things. They've lied to you. They said it's a small center. They never put up just one, number one. Number two, they took you on a little field trip down to Columbia and they showed you a data center. Oh, we have a closed loop system. It's good for 20 years. We put chemicals in the water and we use air conditioning.
Respectfully, Ms. Lavelle. That's
2 more minutes she gave me.
We don't carry over.
Well, why not? Would y'all like?
I think we got you. I think we understand your point. And
I don't think you do.
And I'd love to speak with you afterwards.
Well, y'all said that last time, but nobody takes notes except Andrew, and nobody asked any of the citizens last time who came well prepared. Could you please come up afterwards and give us those YouTube videos and where you got your research?
Well, I'll be glad to meet with you afterwards.
Well, I wonder why y'all didn't ask that. I don't know what those boys down at the Department of Commerce have told you, but that somebody's selling y'all a bill of goods.
Thank you, Ms. Lavelle.
And we don't want it. We're organizing, and we don't want it.
Thank you, Ms. Lavelle.
Lovell. You may as well know who you're
Lovell. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Oh, that's not mine, darling. No, I got mine.
All right. Item number 10, old business. Item A, third reading on ordinance 05022026, rezoning property at the corner of Wise Street and Wilson Road consisting of 1 acre from GC General Commercial to R2 Rural, and that's TMS number 399-56. We have a motion that we accept this as third reading. Motion by Councilman Reeder. We have a second? Second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item B, third reading, ordinance number 05042026, rezoning property at 5576 SC Highway 121-34, Newberry, consisting of 10 acres from R2 Rural to RS Single Family Residential, and that's TMS number 295-39. Do I have a motion to accept this as third reading? Got a motion by Councilman Reeder, second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Got 5-1 with Mr. Smith. Carries 5-1. Item C, second reading, ordinance number 06012026, to provide for a limited and temporary moratorium on data centers in Newberry County and invoking application of the pending ordinance doctrine. Do I have a motion? This be second reading. Got a motion by Vice Chairman Cease. Second by Councilman Smith. Ms. Winters? Yes, please.
I'd like to address some of the things in that ordinance, if I may.
Please.
And I'll base it on some of the comments that we've heard, because the ordinance think the ordinance fulfills some of the questions that folks have had. So a moratorium by law has to be temporary.
Sorry, not on. Can you hear me now? Okay. Moratorium by law cannot be temporary or cannot be permanent. It has to be temporary. Okay, it is a pause, but it's also a halt. Okay, so it's a pause on activity, specific activity, but it's a halt. So we've outlined 12 months or less if council wants to, address it sooner. But for 12 months, this county cannot entertain any application, any discussion, anything from commerce was mentioned, any conversation whatsoever about the construction or development of a data center. And there's language in here, I have the ordinance in front of me, there's language in here that talks about anyone who may already be in the approval state. There aren't any. And so we're starting with a clean slate. And I think it's important for everybody to understand, we have 46 counties in this state. Not every one of them has zoning. Okay, that came from Home Rule in 1974. Not everybody has zoning, but those of the counties that do have zoning, and Newberry's one of them, has to abide by some of the state legislature that gets put in front of us. So we can make some of our own rules, but not all. And so there was some question about, let's completely ban this. We don't have that authority. Now, if the state legislature gives us that authority, gives all 46 counties and those that do have zoning that authority, then that would be something that this council could consider. But you don't have that authority because of state legislature, okay? But we do have the authority to pause, to put a moratorium. And the reason we're doing that is because we don't have enough information. We don't have a study. And if you read through the ordinance, it requires us to do that, to do an independent study of all the statistical data that we don't have. We did hear from 2 consultants, but that wasn't statistical data. So we have to do that on our own, crunch all that information, and then what we can do, again, I think it's important to understand, we cannot necessarily ban a data center. It's like y'all have heard from sexually oriented businesses coming into the county, right? We can't deny them the ability to move into the county. What we can do is severely restrict them. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at what regulations do we need to address the concerns of these citizens that if we draft them accordingly, they won't encourage data centers into Newberry County. They will discourage. And so that's the point of the moratorium, not to talk to commerce about potential projects. We aren't allowed under the moratorium. If you look at one of the pages, it specifically states what the prohibitions are. And it also has the phrase, including but not limited to. And so we may even amend this with additional prohibitions if we find that we're missing 1 or 2. I don't believe that we are. But there are no building permits, there are no applications, there's no discussion with anybody on data centers for 12 months. So I think council needs to understand that. I want to address some of the concerns that citizens have brought up. And so I think that that's the point of this whole moratorium. It is temporary, but it will be restrictive for 12 months. Well, it gives us time to do a comprehensive study of what we're looking at. This is such a new phenomenon for everybody, and everybody's brought forward some legitimate concerns that we need to look at. And we don't have enough information, and we will take the next 12 months or less to gather that information, including public input.
Can we extend the 12 months to 24 months?
Sir?
Can we extend the 12 months to 24 months?
This council can do whatever they want with that timing.
That's fair.
So if and we don't want to turn this into a public hearing. We don't want to turn this into a public hearing.
A moratorium has to have an end date, but a moratorium can be extended if need be.
It can be extended.
What's it going to take to get it extended? What information do you need that we can help you get?
We will,
this is not a public hearing.
No, we're not having a discussion here. Right now, it's a 12-month moratorium.
Call the question, Mr. Chair.
Huh?
I call the question.
Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't ask for discussion doesn't understand, what information
Okay.
can we bring to you to help you make a decision to extend it?
I called a question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
thank you. No questions, please.
No questions.
But I do appreciate the explanation.
Sure.
And by state law, and a moratorium has to have an official end date.
It has to have a sunset,
It has to have a sunset.
but it's a sunset that this council can extend.
Correct. It can be extended.
Yes.
And during the moratorium, we can put whatever regulations we want in it, as long as it's legal.
Through the county's legislative process.
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the explanation.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a motion and a second on this. Any further discussion on this? All in favor of accepting this as second reading? It is unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, can I add one more thing?
Yes, ma'am.
I do want to point out the reason for the pending ordinance doctrine language that's in there.
Yes.
What that says is, so y'all are just now on second reading. No one can come in and file an application, can look to bring a data center. Commerce can't. The pending ordinance doctrine says, once you have first reading, it's as if the ordinance has been passed.
Right.
And so all of the prohibitions that are in this ordinance stand as of the first meeting you did, first reading, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the
thank
meeting
you.
at the Opera House is when this actually went into effect.
Yes, sir.
So, and we don't have anything on the books.
And we can't, since you
And we
did first
can't.
reading.
Correct. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. All right, item 11, new business. Item A, I'll let Ms. Walter go through these.
Thank you. County Council was briefed on these projects at the 5 o'clock work sessions, but I'll be happy to answer any additional questions that you may have as we go through them. The first one is the airport consulting services. We solicited qualification statements and received, sorry, I was trying to see how many we did receive. 4 responses on that. It was evaluated by staff, and the recommendation from the committee that evaluated them recommends to award to the highest ranked firm, Ardura, for these services.
And that's for the Newberry County
County-
Airport.
Yes, airport consulting services.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, we've heard the explanation. Do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion on this item? All in favor? It is unanimous.
Okay, the second one, letter B, is the Gallman Place roof replacement. We solicited bids for the replacement of the roof at the old Gallman School, which is now the building Thriving for Communities Foundation. We received 12 responses, and the most responsive bidder was deemed to be Summers Roofing in the amount of $361,500. And that recommendation is to accept the low bid by the architect in charge, DP3 Architects.
All right, hearing the explanation, do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Councilman Reeder, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
Thank you. The next one, letter C, is the Public Safety Complex, which is part of the CPST projects. We received 9 responses on this new construction, and the recommendation from the architect is to accept the base bid from the most responsive bidder, Dunbar, in the amount of $6,914,423, as well as bringing the 3 alternates, making the total to be $6,993,739.
Hearing the explanation, do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Councilman Smith,
I'll
second.
second it and just say that, talking with our Public Safety Director, Tommy Long, that they're in agreement that this, with the alternates, meets the needs of the facility, so.
Very good. Very good. I have a motion and a second. Do I have any more discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
Thank you. The next item, D, is the Newberry County Airport taxiway improvements. We received 2 bids and recommend the low bidder to Satterfield Construction in the amount of $1,267,425, as well as acceptance of the alternate bid for the parking lot paving in the amount of $186,825.75, bringing the total amount for the award to be $1,454,277.75.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the bid? Motion by Vice Chairman Seith. I have a second. Second by Councilman Reeder. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to clarify one point. The county's portion of that $1,400,000, I'll have the number right off the top of my head. The county will be paying $45,000. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yes, I had that written down here.
Right at $45,000.
$45,402.
Towards this project.
That's the
Most of
county's
it's
portion.
FAA state grant funds.
The rest of it's paid by grants.
Correct.
All right. I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? It's unanimous.
Thank you. The next item is item E, Scurry Church Road and Henry Longshore Road repairs. We received 2 bids on this project, and the recommendation is to accept the lowest bidder to Satterfield for both these roads for a total amount to be $274,300.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the bid? Have a motion by Councilman Scurry, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
The last one is item F, request for proposals for the HVAC maintenance services for the county facilities. We received 4 responses on this, and the staff recommends the award be made to the highest ranked firm, Fulmer Heating and Cooling, for these services.
All right. We have a motion to approve. Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Vice Chairman Seith. Any discussion?
What's the price on that?
We did a proposal.
Okay.
And that was one of the criteria, but it was not the only criteria used to make the determination.
But we have the appropriate funding in the budget.
We do.
Right.
It is within budget.
Okay, good. All right. Any further discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walter. Appreciate it. Item 12, appointments. Do we have any appointments?
Yes, sir,
All
Mr.
right.
Chair. I would like to, before I make the appointment, acknowledge Miss Beth Bozard, who has faithfully served on the Newberry Hospital Board for many years. Miss Beth faithfully served at Newberry Health Department as a nurse out there before that, and so she's been a loyal and faithful health service worker to Newberry County. She has decided to step away, and so I hope that we can acknowledge her, get something drawn up at the county level to send to her to thank her for those many years of service. In her stead, I would like to appoint Dr. Alan Paysinger. Dr. Paysinger lives in Mr. Reverend Scurry's district, but he has approved me to make that appointment. Dr. Paysinger's got a practice here that affects all of Newberry County, and he owns land in District 1 where I represent. So I'd like to place into nomination for the Newberry Hospital Board Dr. Alan Paysinger.
I have a motion for Dr. Alan Paysinger to serve on the hospital board. A second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Any more appointments? Hearing none. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Scurry, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? We are adjourned.